Every day, to be honest with you, is emotional when, every day you wake up, you cherish every moment, every morning. Every day, to be honest with you, is emotional when, every day you wake up, you cherish every moment, every morning.
They did not give me really a big chance to make it through, and to be able to see my son, both of my children, grow up is awesome. Pretty emotional, but it's awesome to see the support.
There's so many neat and touching stories, and you get to meet so many great people at an event like this, and it really puts this thing called life in perspective.
30 years ago, we were all dead, but it's awesome to see this and to know that it's making a difference.
Reese's chances of survival would have been under 20%, and because of events like this, now his chances are over 85%. So we've come a long way.
It's difficult because you see people with survivor shirts on, and you know what they've gone through, and you know that this disease is going to continue. But with the research and the money that we raise, it helps families and patients, and it helps survivors.
We know that there's so many people rallying around the disease. We know that we're going to get there, and I'm going to lay my head down tonight, so thrilled that I'm a part of it, and thrilled that our city and our community is a part of it in helping us find a cure for blood cancers.
It's something that I have kind of dedicated my life to give back, because they gave back to me when I needed it. And so that's why I show up, and that's why I bring my children and my family, and I get my company, TD Bank, to support this cause, because it made a difference in my life.
I've done swimming, I've done golf, I've done bowling.
And thanks to the Special Olympics, Travis Lutheran is paddleboarding. He and his teammates have been training for several weeks preparing for their first race Saturday. The Olympians have worked hard, learning a new sport that can be challenging at first, but Travis says they've made major strides on and off the boards.
How much I've grown, how much it helps the core, and I thought for my very first time, I felt like I was sailing on a beautiful ocean.
It would be a preventative leisure activity sport for people with special needs that would help them for their lifelong health and well-being.
Tia Gamlin is an occupational therapist and loves to paddleboard. She knows firsthand how the sport can help athletes in their daily life. During the last several weeks, Gamlin has seen significant changes in the athletes' social and emotional skills, and with a coaching staff full of therapists, they're using yoga to help the competitors balance better and build their core muscles.
When you have low muscle tone, that's typical with people with Down syndrome, you lack the muscles that kind of keep your body in that mid-range control, which are your core muscles. And this is a sport, it's a fun thing to do that precisely works on those areas that are very challenging for people with special needs.
All the way in, dig!
While the athletes are digging deep with their paddles, Gamlin knows the fun they're having is key for their lifelong health and well-being.
There are days when, everybody comes off the boards and nobody's wet because they spent 2 hours on the boards paddling and never once fell in. And that's pretty remarkable for anybody.
This is so cool to be on this team. We'll be like to see all my friends and the great coaches, the great volunteers that comes out and give their time to us. It's what we are more thankful for.
Saturday's race is just under a mile, and Travis and his teammates will compete against each other. Gamlin sees a bright future for paddleboarding, already working towards next year's goal of racing teams around the state. She's looking forward to the day she can take her team to nationals. In the studio, Rob Starkey, Watch Fox News. There hasn't been a happy tune playing over the last several weeks in South Congaree. Last month, federal and state investigators served warrants on the town, and 5 leaders, including the mayor, have resigned. While the community waits for answers, they're not missing a beat. The town's seeing a spike in activity for Kids Camp. Every year, the camp teaches hundreds of children life lessons they can use every day.
You'll learn to open up and to let people in and to talk to them. And it becomes easier to break out of that shyness and break out of your shell.
Megan Duncan is attending her 4th Kids Camp and says the lessons she's learned over the years have shaped her into a new person. She says some of the Christian discipline taught here is helping her become a better student.
If I did not sit down and try to learn those verses, I would not be able to sit down and learn a whole entire chapter for school for a test. I mean, that really develops your mind.
We teach a lot of things, you know, in here, love, friendship, not to fear.
This is the 14th year for Kids Camp, serving children as young as 4 years old. Billy Craps teaches at Kids Camp and says almost 1,000 children attend the South Congaree camp. Craps says over the years, he's seen many young people choose different life paths thanks to the camp.
The impact of this camp is tremendous. I always tell people there's nothing ever been anything bigger that I've been a part of in this camp, to see lives change.
It shows me that everyone, even the person that doesn't know me, still cares about me and that they do love me.
A positive message for a town that is still trying to pull itself out of turmoil. In South Congaree, Rob Starkey, Watch Fox News.
This one again?